matches of the Keystone Derby Cup, presented by K&L Gates and the Pennsylvania Lottery. Hello, everyone. Ari Shannock alongside Matt Stubbington. Matt, this should be fun. Derby matches are always very competitive.
Doesn't matter what the sport, Ari. A rivalry match is a huge game, and it should be a great entertainment for the fans tonight. Two good teams with lots of good soccer players for us to watch.
And a couple of those terrific players to watch for Harrisburg. Aaron Wheeler has big-time size, big-time talent, the forward out of Baltimore.
He's a big chap, is Aaron Wheeler. Very good as a target player for his team. Good with his ball at the feet, but also very good in the air, and he'll be a target on any set piece, and he'll be a handful for the back line of the Riverhounds.
And for the Hounds, they have all-league second-team player last season, Corey Herzog.
Another number 11, very good with his back to goal, loves to have the defender on his back, good at turning the player as well, taking a snapshot, but he also likes to find his teammates and get those assists as well.
And we'll take a look at the starters for the City Islanders. We'll maybe feature Wheeler, the forward, maybe Brandon Miller, the anchor in goal.
He's a very good goalkeeper, great footwork, plays the geometry of the position brilliantly.
And for the Riverhounds, we talked about Herzog at the forward position. This season's edition of the Keystone Derby Cup begins tonight here at Highmark Stadium in beautiful downtown Pittsburgh. The Riverhounds, 1-3-2, look to get back into the win column, hosting the Harrisburg City Islanders, who are 2-1-1 in the first of 3 matches of the Keystone Derby Cup, presented by K&L Gates and the Pennsylvania Lottery. Hello, everybody. Ari Shannock alongside Matt Stubbington. Matt, this should be fun. Derby matches are always very competitive.
They are, Ari. Any sport, any rivalry match is exciting, and it should be a real treat for the fans tonight. Great soccer players in action this evening.
Including that man right there, Aaron Wheeler. He is a big kid with big-time talent.
Fantastic player, great target for his team. Looks to get the ball to feet, but he's also fantastic in the air. A target on set pieces. He's going to be a real handful for the back line of the Riverhounds.
He has a goal, 6 shots on the season. And for the Riverhounds, all-league second team last season, Corey Herzog. He's a good one.
He is another number 11, 3 goals on the season. Again, loves to get the ball as a target player. Great with his back to goal, great with a defender on his back. Loves to turn the player, but also likes to find his teammates on the assist.
And here is the City Islander starting lineup, all anchored in goal by Brandon Miller. He is tough.
He's a very good goalkeeper, plays the geometry of the position very, very well. Good footwork. He's a great shot stopper. He's a great asset to this team.
And for the Riverhounds, they have talent throughout. You talked about Herzog up front. You got Joe Greenspan, a big defender, anchoring that defense.
Well, we talked about Aaron Miller being the target, but when you've got a tall player like Joe Greenspan as well, it's a great asset in your back line. So he'll be marking up Wheeler probably on those set pieces, but he's also very good with his feet also and likes to distribute the ball going forwards.
The Keystone Derby Cup, 3 matches. This is the first of the trio here tonight in Pittsburgh. The Hounds and the Islanders coming up.
Okay. You got 50 seconds. You have to stay here for a little bit. Hold for that. Yeah.
Call 412 Doctors for an appointment with a sports medicine specialist at Allegheny Health Network.
Through the years, you've done right by investing in your home. And now, you can use that equity to borrow money for the things you need. With a low 1.99% APR and no fees, you can apply for a home equity loan online and use or finance college. At Clearview, we can help you find ways to use the equity in your home for more important things. Let us help. Visit us online for more information. Clearview Federal Credit Union, the next generation of personal banking.
Stay low, stay low, change of speed, explode, explode, trust it. Very nice, very nice.
Call 412 Doctors for an appointment with an orthopedic specialist at Allegheny Health Network.
Welcome back, everybody, to Highmark Stadium. This beautiful stadium that opened in 2013 for the Harrisburg City Islanders. They are coached by Bill Betcher. Coach Betcher is the only coach in City Islander history. He is 124 and 103 and 73 in his career with the City Islanders. He brought this Islander team to the USL Championship Finals twice, Matt, 2011 and 2014. He's led this team 9 out of 12 years to the playoffs, and in 2007 they won the USL 2 championship.
Oh, he's a very accomplished coach. Didn't really have the season they wanted last year, so they're trying to rebuild this year and get back on the right foot. So, but who better than Coach Betcher to do that? Very accomplished and very experienced.
His assistant coaches are Steve Widowsome and Dennis Clark. And for Pittsburgh, Dave Brandt. He took over 8 games into the 2016 season in his first pro coaching stint. But he spent the last 7 seasons at Navy, Matt. 19 seasons coaching experience at the college level. 310 wins. He won 6 Division III national championships at Messiah College. He's a 4-time National Soccer Coaches Association of America Coach of the Year. He was the fastest coach in NCAA history to reach the 200 win mark. And there are some of the rowdy Riverhound fans.
Well, the coach, Brand's very experienced also. And it's always tough as a coach to come in and take over halfway through a season, but very successful, and he'll be happy to have the 2017 season all to himself to get his team on the right step. Looking at the fans, their team's getting ready for action. Beautiful stadium, as Ari says. Referee waiting for the teams to get lined up. Always a huddle in the middle of the park, ready to go. Fancy footwork from number 10 there, Kevin Kerr of the Riverhounds. Getting the last few touches on the ball, the adrenaline pumping in this big derby matchup. Rivalry weekend for these two teams. And it's interesting, Ari, they've got the cup on the line. It's not just the rivalry and the pride on the line. They do have an actual derby cup that these teams will play for.
And you see the excitement in the crowd. Fans of all ages enjoying the Derby Cup and the beautiful Highmark Stadium. What a gorgeous setting. Right on the river, the Monongahela River.
I was hoping you weren't going to make me say that one.
Monongahela River with the gorgeous skyline in the background. Absolutely beautiful venue. Very unique, too. You get the railroad on the far side. You see the stands the fans able to stand on the far side. A front row view. And we are underway here in the Keystone Derby Cup. Harrisburg in white.
Always interesting as soon as the ball is kicked off to get a feel of what lineup both teams are going out with. In games that I've watched on tape, they've both played a version of a 4-4-2, essentially with one forward high area and then the second forward playing underneath as the support player playing off of their teammate.
Nice back kick back to the goalie, Brandon Miller, a 6-footer, 27-year-old out of North Carolina, UNC Wilmington. The 2015 USL Goalkeeper of the Year with the Rochester Rhinos at the time. Over an 80% save percentage. He is outstanding. And has helped Harrisburg off to that 2-1-1 start.
Well, looking at the Riverhounds at the moment, it does look like they're defensively, at least, they are playing a 4-4-2. And if you look at number 10, Kerr, and number 11, Herzog, when they're playing defensively, they're fairly side by side. And one player will push to the ball, trying to take away passing options forwards from the Islanders and make it predictable as far as the rest of the team is concerned, as where they're going to set up to try and take away the passing options.
There's Taylor Washington, midfield, beautiful passing. They connect with Obinwa. Ahead they run, and able to scoop it up is Brandon Miller coming out to the top of the box.
Good opportunity there. The pass was in the right channel, just a little bit too far ahead of Kerr to run onto.
And that headed out by Taylor Washington, 5'10" defender out of Summers, New York. Here come the City Islanders. Beautiful chest and then a pass, getting it back and shooting it wide is Manolo Sanchez. He's a dangerous threat. The midfielder out of Clemson University, six shots, a goal this season. Played for San Antonio FC, also saw action with the New York Red Bulls of the MLS.
He's not going to be much of a threat from that far out. He needs to have confidence himself, settle the ball down this early in the match, try and allow his outside backs, outside midfielders to get up in support. There wasn't much going on the right-hand side of the pitch for him, but if he just settled the ball a little bit.
Beautiful header and an opportunity just missing to the right of the goal. And hands on head. Little upset with himself is Corey Herzog, who has 3 goals and 6 points already this season.
Well, that was a gilt edge opportunity there. I think it was Kerr actually that took the final shot. The ball was bouncing. The goalkeeper was out of net. A very easy option to just chip the goalkeeper. Miller frankly got very lucky that that ball went past his upright.
Yeah, Corey Herzog was upset. Kevin Kerr also with a great opportunity. The goal and an assist, 3 points on the season for Kerr. A beautiful pass to begin that sequence by Taylor Washington, who has been strong at the midfield and the defense line early on for the Hounds. This is Olabihi, 6'5" midfielder, great size out of Nigeria. Played for the Houston Dynamo in the MLS. As a first look, and a good one at Trey Mitchell, the goalkeeper. 2016 MLS League Pool goalkeeper. He trained with Sporting Kansas City last year and was signed by the LA Galaxy in 2015. Racing near side, battling and getting it back to Mitchell.
Great use of the body there from Washington, number 4 for the Riverhounds. Was worried that he didn't quite have the speed to get the right goal side of the Islanders player, but he used his body beautifully to intercept the pass and get it back to his goalkeeper.
Beautiful footwork there, and maneuvering to the perimeter. Denied. The City Islanders will throw it in. That was a great move by Abbas Mohammed, a defender out of Ghana. He has 5 shots on goal already this season. Good look at number 18. Far side, they work it. Beautiful pass, and coming up to scoop it up and boot it away is Mitchell. Connects downfield. Great move to the outside. Herzog with the left foot and sails into the crowd. Corey Herzog, very dangerous. 528 minutes. That's his 19th shot, Matt.
Well, he had to take a shot. I think he would like to have had the time to settle the ball, but he only had Kerr up with him and 6 white shirts around him from the Islanders. So tough angle, but Herzog with the confidence he has, left-footed shot going wide. He'll be disappointed he didn't hit the target, but really tough opportunity. But at that point, he didn't have any options. There just wasn't the support from the yellow shirts of the Riverhounds around him. Herzog
has been named to Team of the Week twice already this season, and he's 8th all-time in team history with 16 goals. The 6-footer out of Penn State. Solid defense. Abbas Mohammed. Sanchez trying to move forward. The Hounds keep it in their zone. Nice passing. Trying to split the defense and hopefully lead Hollingsworth. The Hounds battling. Kevin Kerr gets it back. Lofts it in to the box, but that will be handled easily by Miller.
And just a little bit ambitious there from Kerr, trying to chip it over the top. His initial pass, he was trying to find Hollingsworth, was a good one, but they weren't quite on the same page. Those outside mid players for both squads, because both teams are playing a 4-4-2. Those outside mids have got to get forwards on the attack and try and get into the attacking third and isolate themselves, Ari, so they can go 1v1 with the outside defenders.
Taylor Washington will throw it in, has 6 caps, 461 minutes, and an assist here this season. Good crowd on hand. Beautiful evening here in Pittsburgh at Highmark Stadium. Gorgeous venue, opened in 2013. They battle at the midfield. The Hounds looking for an attack opportunity.
Player down. Looked like
City Islanders.
Dabo got his own player there in the mid-drift.
And I think that's Lee Nishanian, 6'2", 25-year-old out of Rancho Cucamonga. And Lee, an important piece of this City Islander team. He has an assist here this season. First season with Harrisburg. In the back, you see that size of Greenspan, 6'6". Moving forward, here come the Riverhounds. Denied. Nice move by the City Islanders as they attack. Long ball run down. Actually, allowed to go out of bounds is Jamal Jack, number 20. 6'3" defender out of Trinidad and Tobago.
It was John Grosh there, had lovely footwork in the midfield area, but again, there was no options out wide. He had to really hit and hope, trying to find Wheeler into space, but that's not the sort of ball that Wheeler likes to receive. Likes to get the ball to his feet.
Yeah, great pick by Solto, Victor Solto, number 5. Leads the team with 17 tackles. And the race is on far side. And unable to keep it in with a good hustle was Kevin Kerr. Kerr ranks 7th in Hounds history with 20 goals. Also 7th in Hounds history with 106 career caps. On the move, Sanchez. Long ball, far side. Gathering. Good connection with Grosh. Beautiful passing by the City Islanders, but denied. And taken away by Rich Balshin. Balshin played for Real Salt Lake, along with the Columbus Crew in the MLS. Long ball and run. Opportunity, beautiful cross, and the shot just high. Over the net, Kevin Kerr's attempt with the left foot off of the beautiful find by Corey Herzog.
Well, Kevin Kerr, that's the second great opportunity of this match. It's gone high and wide of the goal. And the captain for the Riverhounds will be very disappointed with that effort. Beautifully flighted ball forward. First time cross pass by Herzog. Finds his teammate beautifully. And in fairness to Kerr, the ball was running across his body. It was a difficult angle and skill to turn that one back on frame. But you'd expect a player of his quality to do better with that.
Yeah, Kerr already has capitalized with a goal and assist this season out of York, England. And Kerr got a little underneath that one, Matt.
Well, it's tough. As I say, the ball was running across his body and kind of leaning back as he hit the ball. Difficult to get the foot planted and turn his hips through the shot. But again, at this level, you'd expect the players to do a little bit better than he did. I know he will expect better of himself.
There's Taylor Washington. Beautiful cross and caught out of the air by Brandon Miller. Excellent opportunity there for the Riverhounds. They've had a few good looks. And that ball nearly went swimming.
Well, they got some netting on that far sideline. I'm sure they learned the lesson the hard way that they had to put some nets up there. Otherwise, they'd be fetching the balls off the railroad track or the river.
Yeah. We'll see some boats like out in San Francisco waiting for the souvenirs.
I was watching one of the games earlier in the season, and there was a paddle steamer went by, one of those old style with the wheel in the back. It was really cool. It was, I don't know whether you could see anything from that vantage point, but it was great to see it from the coverage standpoint.
We'll start selling tickets to sit on one of those barges outside of the game. We are scoreless here, nearing the 12-minute mark.
See that pass there to the middle of the park just took too long. The outside back Thomas was wide open on the right flank, and if that ball had been played out early, he would have had the option to go forwards. As it was, it allowed the Riverhounds to adjust defensively, and they did so nicely. So the Islanders just got to get that switching, the point of attack a little bit more crisp, a little bit quicker. Again, we're on back to the middle of the park there, but the ball would have been a more dangerous pass, I think, and so that's the right choice. But you don't want to be playing a square ball across the park in that area of the field. But I really would like to see the Islanders trying to switch the point of attack more crisply than they have done so up to this point. The Riverhounds have played good defensive lineup at the moment, but the Islanders are making it a little bit too easy for them.
And we have a corner kick opportunity for Harrisburg. They are 2-1-1 on the season. They have victories over the New York Red Bulls and Bethlehem Steel Football Club. And lining it up from the corner, Calvano puts it in the box far side, and it's headed up. Another opportunity for the Islanders. And the shot sails over the goal, just outside of the box. Not a bad look there for Harrisburg.
Calvano on the shot, the center back perhaps would have liked to have drilled the ball through the foot through the back of the ball with a bit more aplomb than he did, but you could see he was actually trying to place it. So good thought process from the center back. His eyes didn't get too big, but a well-worked corner kick. The Islanders like to play that long ball to the back post and then head it back across the goal on set pieces. And one of their earlier matches against Charlotte or Bethlehem, it was one of those. That's how they scored one of their goals.
Kicked away at midfield. That was Balshin. The City Islanders looking to attack. Olabihi has been outstanding. Here come the Hounds. In the box, the cross. Skip pass tried. In the air. And the shot for the far post sails up off the wall.
Well, the skip pass was just a little bit too ambitious from Herzog. I think I'd like to see him control the ball to feet a player of his quality in and around the box. However, when he got the ball back, he had 3 white shirts around him, so you can see the attention that he's getting from the Islanders. He has to make sure that he does a better job of finding his teammates. The last shot coming in was wide, so good heads-up play from Herzog. They're trying to find Kerr on the skip pass.
Here's Wheeler. 6'4", 28-year-old Wheeler sent to the turf. As the Riverhounds keeping a close watch on Aaron Wheeler. 6 shots, including a goal. It was a header this season. A talented player. 2009 PDL MVP at 17 goals that season. And no whistle. I thought he was out of bounds and moving forward and attacking. Here come the Riverhounds. So maybe a break for Pittsburgh. The shot and will roll to the right. And furious is Brandon Miller along with the Harrisburg City Islander sideline. Bill Betcher along with Steve Widowsome, Dennis Clark, all leaping up and down, Matt, as it appeared that the Hounds had been out of bounds.
Well, I saw that the ball looked like it was out from our angle. And certainly I can't imagine that the coaching staff being right down by where the ball was played are furious with the linesman. They can't get that call right. How are they expected to get the offside calls right? That's probably what the coaching staff are worrying about.
In the air, Wheeler's tough to beat.
It was a bullet dodged by the Islanders. That would have been a very controversial moment if a goal had been scored off of the shot that came from the attack.
Oh, yeah. So Miller, the 2015 USL Goalkeeper of the Year, he had 13 shutouts in 21 games that season with the Rochester Rhinos. Conceded only 11 goals all year. Talk about giving your team a great opportunity to win a game.
And certainly, you have a good goalkeeper behind you, fills you with confidence, allows you to have that relaxation going forwards, that you know that with a good shot stopper back there that you can go on the attack with a little bit more gay abandon than you might have otherwise, and it just frees up the team and it allows them to play with the confidence that they need.
In 2016, he had 40 saves for Orange County Blues. and this season has conceded 4. He has 1 clean sheet.
Wheeler there just not able to control the ball as he would like. Gives up possession cheaply and then a foul to boot. A little bit of frustration from the number 11 from the Islanders.
Balshin. Here's Solto. Interior. And then booted away by the Islanders. There to grab it is Joe Greenspan. 19 clearances, 13 interceptions in 3 games for Joe. Greenspan played for Coach Brandt for 4 seasons at Navy. He was an All-American there, junior and senior season. So Coach Brandt has to feel very comfortable with Greenspan on the field for him here in Pittsburgh. In the air, high in the air goes Muhammad.
All very condensed in the middle part of the park. Neither team getting the ball out wide with any consistency.
There's Grosh. Long lead pass, Balshin. Trying to find an open man. He connects with Obinwa, who's on loan from the Columbus Crew. Lofts it near the box and kept away. Nicely done. Good quick feet there for the City Islanders. And here they come attacking, trying to split 2 defenders. Sent to the turf goes Abbas Muhammad.
On the ball played over, it was lovely control with the chest from Kerr, but even better was the defensive effort of James Thomas, was 17, the right fullback for the Islanders, getting back goal side very nicely.
And Wheeler looked like he pushed Jamal Jack down. That's a great matchup right there. Jamal Jack, the defender. First season in the USL, 6 caps, 473 minutes already. 16 tackles and 2 shots. Leads the Hounds with 23 clearances. And Jack matching up with Wheeler there.
There's some big boys all over the park, and Jamal Jack is one of the biggest. Big, strong lad.
Very athletic.
You can see the frustration there from Wheeler. He hasn't had the touches, the service that he would like. And when he has got the ball to his feet, these touches let him down a little bit. He's a little bit frustrated, giving up a couple of silly fouls. You have to watch that, because accumulation of fouls, you can talk your way into a referee's book and earn yourself a yellow card.
Olabihi, number 12. He's a facilitator for the City Islanders. 198 passes, completing 84%. And 78% of his passes on the offensive end he is completing.
Wheeler on the head ball there, trying to flick it on for a teammate, but there just wasn't anybody running for him. Grosh tried to, but Sanchez wasn't in support really. As a midfielder, you have to read that and get forwards, anticipate your forward, the target player, winning the ball and flicking it on so you have an opportunity to attack the back line of your opposition.
Middle of the field, Pittsburgh trying to penetrate over midfield. Spinning with the ball is Solto, the midfielder from Brazil. Solto leading this team with 17 tackles. In the backfield, Calvano. The defenseman has a goal this season. Thiago does. And there's Miller looking to connect with a teammate. Headed back towards midfield. Jamal Jack. And a battle won by Joe Greenspan.
Looked like Miller was slow to get up there.
And we got a player down for the City Islanders. That appears to be Wheeler. As he's been in some battles here tonight. Let's hope that Aaron's okay.
He doesn't look okay. He looks in extreme discomfort. The hand is grasped around the left knee there. As the challenge came in from Greenspan as that ball came forwards, and whether it was under contact or whether his foot just stuck in the turf as he came down, Aaron Wheeler. So hopefully that's not one of those dreaded knee injuries.
I hope not. Maybe he's holding the hamstring. We'll see. But Aaron Wheeler in clear discomfort here.
Please join us tonight in thanking our new partner.
Hand going up. Quit doing that to me, athletic trainer. That really hurts.
He spent 2 seasons with the Philadelphia Union of the MLS. 13 games last season. He scored 5 goals and had an assist in just 13 games for the Islanders. Now let's take a look, Matt, see what happens here to Wheeler. It just seemed to come down awkwardly there.
It did. I mean, there wasn't one of those moments of clear foot sticking in the turf, whether he rolled his ankle or it was the knee that went. Certainly it was a fair challenge. There was nothing malicious in there from Greenspan. You see Greenspan, great sportsmanship, coming over and being concerned for a fellow professional.
He pats Wheeler on the back, does Greenspan. And there's a good look at the concerned coach, Bill Betcher. Coach Betcher, again, the only coach in City Islander history. And what a job he has done with this team, with the 2 appearances in the championship, 2011, 2014, winning the USL 2007 championship.
Looks like they are making a change, going to the bench. Wheeler obviously hobbled. Seems to be indicating that it's his left knee rather than the ankle that's the issue.
Yeah, good to see him able to walk off, though. Hopefully he will be okay. So Wheeler will depart as he will receive more medical attention, and into the game is number 25 will come in. Ropapa Mensah will be in shortly.
Wheeler has actually come back onto the field.
Look at that. You can hear the chant by some of the Harrisburg fans. Talk about courageous. Trying to help his team before they can get a replacement into the game. Going on one leg, Matt.
Try and run it off. That would indicate that it wasn't as severe, obviously, as it first looked. Sometimes when you tweak an ankle, I mean, he was indicating it was his knee, but to me, from where we're our vantage point, but sometimes when you roll that ankle, it feels a lot worse when it first happens and you're able to keep going. I guarantee you, probably 100% of these players have rolled an ankle at one time or another.
There's Jack. Hits ahead. Solto. And far side to Balshin.
Great step there from Thomas, the right fullback, to come in and win the ball.
But taken back away by the Hounds. They attack and denied just in front of the box. Well done by the Islanders. Man, it's getting physical out there here near side.
Well, expect nothing less than a rivalry match.
Washington will give and go. Far side of the box. The cross. And kicked out of bounds. Nice recovery on the trail by, is that Mohamed Dabo, the midfielder.
Good defensive work there. Great job from Washington getting forwards on the outside back position, finding Kerr, and then continuing his run into the box. There's Washington on the overlap. Ball comes out to Kerr. Ball comes in. A great defensive effort there from number 18, Alabi. I apologize for getting his name wrong.
Yeah, Alabi. That's not an easy one, Matt.
I've been practicing it all week. The first time I've said it, I get it wrong.
And there's Abbas Mohammed meeting with Brandon Miller.
It's just a great example, though, of the importance of the tracking run from the midfield position. Your defenders are coming back into the box. They're taking care of the forwards. Your job as a midfielder is to work from box to box, and sometimes into your own penalty area defensively. And that was a great example of Olabihi getting back defensively and helping out his teammates.
The race is on far side. Unable to get connection on that pass. And the Hounds trying to get it back. Solto. Brandon Miller will handle it. Taylor Washington has been impressive for the Riverhounds, Matt. A talented assist in the opener this season. Recorded 16 tackles and 10 clearances, but tonight he's been very active. Number 4.
He has, and loves to get forwards, and we saw an example of that intercepted pass from Olabihi. It was Washington that started the move, passing the ball into the midfield area and then continuing his diagonal run into the box that Olabihi had to track. The Islanders are doing a pretty good job of getting players in their defensive half and getting around the ball, but they're not springing forwards effectively on the attack. I think that's why we're not seeing a lot going forwards from the white shirts of the Islanders. Over the Riverhounds, as you can see, they've got 6-7 players in their attacking third right now.
Far side of the box. And a look here for the Hounds. The cross looped in. The shot deflected right to Brandon Miller. Another terrific opportunity for the Hounds. It was deflected by a foot of one of the City Islander defenders right into Miller.
Jack Thompson of the Riverhounds was claiming that it was a handball. Would have been a really harsh call if a penalty had been called in that situation. Lovely cross from Kerr, service to the back post, trying to stand the ball up, allowing his attackers to get in underneath it. The right fullback, James Thomas, who's a little bit short on stature, just couldn't get up to head it clear for the Islanders. And then the shot coming in, I think it was from Jack Thompson, deflected into the arms of Miller, who was in the right place at the right time, which is what you expect from a goalkeeper of his quality.
And now the City Islanders will get that substitute as Ropapa checks in. Number 25, the forward, Ropapa Mensah.
It'll be interesting to see how the style of play for the Islanders going forwards will change now. Ropapa, you have to believe, is a different type of player than Wheeler, sorry. Miller on the ball, the goalkeeper.
You see the crowd behind the goal. Part of the Riverhound Rowdies. Obinwa. Far side, it's Balshin. The Hounds have had a couple of terrific opportunities here in the first half. One created by this man right here, Taylor Washington.
The best opportunities have both fallen to the foot of Kevin Kerr, and the captain for the Riverhounds has put both over the crossbar.
Solto loops it near side to Washington with a left foot. Brings it in towards the center of the field. And Pittsburgh unable to connect there, but get it back. Good footwork again. That's your man, Olabihi.
Well, number 7 for the Islanders, Sanchez tried a fancy backheel flick pass forwards that went straight into the feet of a Riverhounds player, and he disconsolately hung his head and held up his hand in apology to his teammates. One thing you hate as a coach is to see your players hang their head when they make a bad play. You expect it. Everybody's going to make a bad play, but don't hang your head. Get back defensively. Get back in the game. Certainly, as a coach, it'd also drive you nuts to see your player trying to flick backheel pass across the park in your defensive half. You want to do that in your attacking third. But Sanchez hasn't been able to get into the attacking third, really, because the Riverhounds have controlled much of the possession.
Mensah behind the head. It was pretty, but it went out of bounds, and Balshin will throw it in front of a young ball girl. And what a beautiful venue and good crowd on hand here at Highmark Stadium. Dabo. Mohammed on the attack. Lofts it up far side. And there's the whistle.
Offside call on the far sideline. Bihi is continuing to impress. Lovely footwork in the middle of the pitch there. Lofts the pass forward. His teammate just straight into an offside position.
Olabihi, the midfielder, has played for the Nigerian national teams for years. Terrific size, too. Rashid is 6'5". He doesn't move. He moves like a gazelle, though. Fleet-footed.
A very fleet of foot and technical player, which is what you'd expect from a midfielder.
In the 34th minute now, we are scoreless here in Pittsburgh at the Keystone Derby Cup, presented by K&L Gates and the Pennsylvania State Lottery.
Well, the Islanders, to me, they seem as a team to be a little bit frustrated. Nishani in there, it's a clumsy challenge into the back of Kerr, giving up a dangerous free kick situation here on the right flank, right at the beginning of the Riverhounds attacking third. The Riverhounds continue to impress. The forwards are doing a good job of forcing the issue as far as the pass is concerned. And then you see the clumsy challenge there, because Nishanian, he didn't have any passing options going forwards because the yellow shirts of the Riverhounds were covering up any run forward from the Islanders.
So Kerr and Jack Thompson are here next to the ball for the Hounds. Thompson played at Messiah College under Coach Brandt. And there's the cross, headed away by the City Islanders as they've been up to the task defensively around the box. Beautiful pass to the far side and handled by Thompson. Thompson with two defenders. Left-footed cross denied and lobbed out towards midfield. Mensah. James Thomas.
Normally playing as the right fullback. You see Thomas jogging back to his position after the set piece. Had to be on the left flank. Does a nice job of getting possession for his team, but again, those passes forward are no consistency of finding a target.
In the box, the shot, and the save by Miller. So Corey Herzog, an opportunity there, looking for his fourth goal of the season. He is scoreless in the last 3 games. Corey has been hampered a bit with a foot injury, and Coach Brandt said he is critical to the success of their team.
Absolutely, you need your big players to perform day in, day out. And you know that he's going to be the first player on any scouting report. So not only has he got to perform, he knows he's going to also perform under a lot of duress from the opposition defense. And the best players are able to do that. And Herzog certainly seems to be stepping up to that plate and living up to that mantra that he has.
Now Herzog with 8 shots on goal this season, 3 goals. 8th all-time in team history with 16 career goals. Corey's been named to the team of the week already twice this season. In the air, controlled by the Hounds. Balshin attacking, but again, near that box. Harrisburg has been stout.
Well, they've got all 11 players behind the ball in their defensive half, trying to make everything as condensed as possible for the Riverhounds going forwards. The Riverhounds have done a fairly decent job of getting the outside players involved in the game with more consistency as this first half has progressed. You see Balshan there on the left flank. He's the outside back, the outside defender going forwards. On this near sideline, you've got number 4, Washington. We've seen him get forwards. So if those outside backs can get forwards, it engages the outside mids, engages the outside backs of your opposition. They can't get forwards. And so I think that's why the Riverhounds have had better of the possession in their attacking half than the Islanders have had in their attacking half.
So Brandon Miller with his strong leg trying to get a rush started for his Harrisburg team. Balshin. There's Olabihi. So smooth, and with his 6'5" height, he is tough to defend. Now, we'll dispute here about whose possession this is. It will be City Islander possession.
Perhaps a little bit of gamesmanship there from Jeff Thompson on that far sideline.
Yeah.
Allows his players, his teammates to get back defensively so they can have good shape.
Mensah battling with Greenspan, who's 6'6". Middle of the field, Olabihi lofts it out here near side. Nice handle and pass, and a big collision. Both players go down. It looked like Mohammed may have got the Pittsburgh player up near the face. Mohammed tapping his belly and up to his feet. Good to see Taylor Washington.
I mean, Washington was going with his feet to try and control the ball, and Olabihi came in as well. I definitely think Olabihi's elbow went up as he went into the challenge. See a replay perhaps and see whether it was malicious or not, but certainly the elbow was raised, and
yeah,
you can see that certainly that elbow came up probably to defend himself, understanding that there was a challenge oncoming from Washington.
And I don't know if he got the wind knocked out of him.
Probably with the way the foot was, but
that's Abbas Muhammad. He has 5 shots this season coming from the defensive side.
I think he's perhaps a little fortunate that he was on that side of the pitch and the direction it was in. Gets a yellow card, and I've seen players red carded for the flying elbow. So he's maybe a little bit fortunate that he's still on the pitch.
And Mendoza's going to have a word with the officials tonight. Colin Radasov, Adrian McDonald, Brandon Smith, and Alfonso Fajardo.
Well, he doesn't understand why he's got a yellow card, but he has to understand you cannot raise your arm these days and use your elbow quite like you did in days past.
Well, the Riverhounds trying to move like a train downfield here and take the lead. They're looking for their first victory at home this season.
Train's going in the wrong direction for them in the first half, perhaps in the second half. But certainly they've been doing a much better job offensively than their opponents. I don't remember speaking about a shot from the Islanders this entire first 40 minutes.
Yeah. The Hounds, they're coming off a close defeat 2-1 on the road to the Richmond Kickers, despite holding advantages in possession, shots, and passing percentage. So they're hoping this is not a replay of that ball game, because they've certainly had the advantage here against Harrisburg, but there's no score.
Certainly with the statistics, you want to make sure that you take care of the all-important one, which is the score line. But if you're able to do those other things well and maintain your concentration for the full 90 minutes, then
it should translate.
It should translate.
Jamal Jack, Mensah leading the attack there. He'll take a shot as that sails high and wide. And Trey Mitchell says, get in position. And there's a good look at Ropapa Mensah, who entered the game and replaced the injured Aaron Wheeler.
Again, I mean, I think there was only one other shot from the Islanders, and again, it was from distance of a similar nature. But that really has all the attack that the Islanders have had this game so far. Credit to the Riverhounds of getting back defensively and taking away the passing options. You see the pressure that the Riverhounds are putting up on the Islanders far up to the pitch.
Yeah, they've been terrific at midfield, huh?
They have. Yeah. But at the same time, if the Islanders can break that pressure, there should be some openings further up the field for them if they can get the support or the runners going forwards.
Balshin will throw it in front of the railroad tracks and the river. Here it comes near side. Double team, they get it to the perimeter of Washington. Washington, the cross, the gather, and the whistle.
Thumb up for the cross. It was a beautiful service by Washington, left-footed into the box. Whether it was Herzog or Kerr that had drifted off sides, it might have been Herzog, and he would have been wise to listen to the shout from Kerr from behind to leave the ball, allow Kerr his third opportunity on frame. Again, a bullet dodge for the Islanders. Great service in, and yeah, it was Herzog that had drifted off. Kerr was onside running from deep, and you could see the despair again from the two bearded forwards for the Riverhounds.
Taylor Washington was looking for his second assist of the season as Washington battles here near side with Johnny Mendoza, the 27-year-old from Colombia. First season here for the City Islanders. And here's Solto leading the attack to midfield. Flying in was Kerr, but he was elbowed out of the way. A good look at Corey Herzog. Mohammed, a big presence.
I like the defensive presence that the Riverhounds have. Always around the Islanders, trying to get them under pressure to force the error. It's not necessarily about winning the ball in your attacking half, but if you can force the error, force the interception further up the pitch, then you can get going offensively yourself, win the ball back easily.
And that was one of the concerns of Coach Brandt, was the defense. Wanted to shore that up a bit. They've been impressive tonight. Greenspan, Jack. Herzog turned to his right, and meeting him there was the City Islander defender.
A yellow card coming for Greenspan. Foul as Rapapa was trying to turn at the midfield line.
So Rapapa has been active, giving them a bit of a spark since coming in.
Different type of player from Wheeler, perhaps a little bit more mobile up top. Trying to search for the right word.
Yeah, because Wheeler is difficult to replace with his abilities.
He is difficult to replace. He's a very agile player and mobile in his own right, but is more of a target. I think Rapapa is more of a player that you'll find into space. So it gives the Islanders a different look going forwards, but so far the Riverhounds have been able to make those passes difficult, as I keep saying, but also keep Rapapa in front of them instead of allowing him to get back behind the defense.
A little bit of a wrestling match there. Greenspan with his length, tough to maneuver around.
He did pretty good there because he's such a tall player. It would be very easy to get over the top of the player defending and just knock them to the ground. So he did a good job of not overpowering Rapapa and giving away a cheap free kick.
Malabihi, the facilitator, so creative. He's number 12. Beautiful header back towards the goal, and a whistle comes in. A yellow card will be issued.
Malabihi getting the yellow card. Beautiful run there. I think it was from Herzog. Controlled the ball beautifully and then drops the ball and then goes for the return pass. Little flick over the top. There's Kerr with the header, flicking it on for his teammate. And there was the foul right on the edge of the box from Malabihi. Beautiful combination play from the two forwards for the Riverhounds.
Hollingsworth and Herzog A little discussion with Muhammad. So right now it's Jack Thompson lining it up.
Well, great opportunity. Had 3 minutes of added time at the end of this first half because of the Aaron Wheeler injury. Can the Riverhounds put this shot on target?
There's the shot, deflected and hits the side of the net. Herzog screaming.
Felt like it was deflected out for a corner kick, but hit the stanchion supporting the net behind the goal.
We're nearing the end of half number one as Kerr pleading his case. Brandon Miller lofts it up over midfield.
I don't know why, but referees love to blow the whistle for half or the end of the game on a goalkeeper's clearance. That's exactly what the center ref has done, and off to halftime, 0-0.
And there is our score. We are scoreless. The Riverhounds had the advantage, certainly in possession and opportunities, Matt.
They certainly have. They have better opportunities, better possession than the Islanders going forwards. The defensive presence of the Riverhounds has been more impressive. However, Kevin Kerr, number 10, will rue two really good opportunities missed in this first half.
But the crowd enjoying the action at the Keystone Derby Cup.
Can you hear me? Yeah. How many times have you? Can you hear me? Yeah. How many times have you done it before? You good? Yeah. Okay. You have to stay here for a little bit. Hold for that. Yeah. Yeah.
Call 412 Doctors for an appointment with a sports medicine specialist at Allegheny Health Network.
Through the years, you've done right by investing in your home. And now, you can use that equity to borrow money for the things you need. With a low 1.99% APR and no fees, you can apply for a home equity loan online and use or finance college. At Clearview, we can help you find ways to use the equity in your home for more important things. Let us help. Visit us online for more information. Clearview Federal Credit Union, the next generation of personal banking.
Stay low, stay low. Change of speed, explode, explode. Trust it. Very nice, very nice.
Call 412 Doctors for an appointment with an orthopedic specialist at Allegheny Health Network.
And everybody having fun here at Highmark Stadium. The first of three matches of the Keystone Derby Cup. We are scoreless at the half. Terrific action in this rivalry match. The inaugural Keystone Derby Cup was won by the Riverhounds. 3 matches to 1 in 2015. The City Islanders took the Derby last season with 2 victories. And we'll take a look at the first half statistics, Matt.
Well, I mean, the all-important scoreline, 0-0, but as you'd expect, it's the Riverhounds that have had the more shots, 2 on target. Surprisingly, the Islanders have had more of the possession. Watching the first half, I felt like it was the Riverhounds that had more of the possession. However, it's where you have the possession.
True.
And a lot of that, 54%, has been in their own defensive half for the Islanders. They have to find a way of breaking the pressure defensively from the Riverhounds and get the ball forwards, finding Rapapa going up forwards, finding John Grosh, their other midfielder who's an attacking player. They haven't done that. They haven't been able to break the pressure of the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. They have to find the answers at this halftime break.
And keeping the ball on the foot of Olabihi, who is a terrific facilitator for the City Islanders.
He's a tremendous midfielder, as you say, a facilitator for them. Very skilled in possession and a half in the midfield position, and a great player for them. If they can find him, then perhaps they'll be successful in the second half.
There were 28 goals scored in the Cup in 2015, only 5 last season, and we are scoreless here tonight.
We've raised the stakes. We've raised the stakes. Expectations are high. Our biggest season yet will break records with elite players and future stars, innovative technology, and new homes. We're growing the game in our communities and across the nation. Are you ready?
On April 12th, the USL set the soccer world on fire as Phoenix Rising FC announced the signing of Didier Drogba, adding to the growing lineup of world-class players and young rising talent in the league, including England internationals Sean Wright-Phillips and Joe Cole, former Mexican international Omar Bravo, and German international Marcel Schaefer. The announcement set off a whirlwind of activity for the former Ivory Coast international, known simply as the King. First, hundreds of Phoenix Rising FC faithful packed the Phoenix airport in hopes of catching a glimpse of the global star, giving their newest addition a world-class welcome. And he did not disappoint. Didier posed with the Rising FC scarf and took time to shake hands and snap selfies with his newest supporters. The drums were out in full force, filling the airport with chants and songs of La Furia Roja 1881 and Bandidos, the club's recognized supporter groups. Then, late Sunday night, Didier was formally introduced to a packed house during halftime of the Phoenix Rising FC and Swope Park Rangers match. Joined at midfield by dozens of local youth soccer players, all clamoring for his photo and shaking his hand, Didier was introduced by Club Governor Burke Bakay and presented with his new number 11 Phoenix Rising jersey. Never short for words, the King grabbed a mic and addressed the crowd. After his comments, he embraced his youth players on the field, shook hands with fans in the stands, and even kissed a few babies. All in a week's work for one of the world's top soccer talents and personalities, and the newest member of Phoenix Rising FC and the USL. For USL Network, I'm Morgan Conklin.
We built the USL into the largest Division II professional soccer league in the world. And now the time has come to announce USL Division III, America's professional third division league, completing the U.S. pro soccer landscape. It's time for your town, your team, your game. D3 will fuel local pride and local passion, creating a new legacy for the beautiful game and inspiring its tribal following across the country. This is professional soccer, built on a disciplined financial model and operational excellence, featuring exciting venues to thrill fans, in hungry new markets yearning for the game. USL Division III, professional, passionate, proven. Pro soccer starts here, coming in 2019. For more information, visit USLD3.com.
And a little youth soccer game at half with the railroad tracks behind you and the Monongahela River far beyond the, not so far behind the train, but good action here for the youth group.
And a lot of fun for these youngsters, the opportunity to play on the same field as the professionals. Certainly something that they'll remember for a long time.
As we are scoreless at the half, and this game appears to be scoreless at the moment as well. Well, a nice scoring opportunity here, but the Riverhounds, they're looking for their first home win this season. Matt, their one victory this year, they're 1-3 with 2 draws, came at first place Charleston, a 2-1 victory at Charleston.
They've been a very competitive team. They've been in all of the games that they've played. They just have to figure out a way to consistently put it all together, and we've seen examples of that this evening. They've had the opportunities in the attacking third deep in the box, but the shots have just been high and wide when they've needed to be on target. And I know Captain Kevin Kerr will rue those 2 chances that he missed in this first half.
And Coach Brandt, he remarked that he thinks the Riverhounds could be 6-0. They have done the little things to come up with victories. We are scoreless here at the half from Highmark Stadium.
Can you hear me? Yeah. How many times have you done it before? You good? Yeah. Okay. You got 50 seconds. You have to stay here for a little bit. Hold for that. Yeah.
Call 412 Doctors for an appointment with a sports medicine specialist at Allegheny Health Network.
Through the years, you've done right by investing in your home. And now, you can use that equity to borrow money for the things you need. With a low 1.99% APR and no fees, you can apply for a home equity loan online and use or finance college. At Clearview, we can help you find ways to use the equity in your home for more important things. Let us help. Visit us online for more information. Clearview Federal Credit Union, the next generation of personal banking.
Stay low, stay low. Change of speed, explode, explode. Trust it. Very nice, very nice.
Call 412 Doctors for an appointment with an orthopedic specialist at Allegheny Health Network.
The Keystone Derby Cup presented by K&L Gates and the Pennsylvania Lottery. What a gorgeous evening here as you look at the beautiful skyline here in Pittsburgh, as we'll take a look at the first half highlights from Highmark Stadium. Many of the highlights were for Pittsburgh.
It certainly was. Lovely interchange of passing. Ball played forwards just a little bit too far in front of Kerr, but the channel selected was good from Washington. There's that pressure, forcing the errant pass again from the Islanders. Ball played forwards. Headed, trying to find the foot of Kerr. He does so beautifully, did Herzog. Miller, the goalkeeper, was out. An easy chip over the goalkeeper. Should have resulted in a goal, but Kerr hanging his head in shame as he put that one high and wide. Herzog now on the control. Left-footed shot, didn't really have any support. Kerr was there trying to do his best. Tight angle. The confidence of Herzog certainly all to see, but it would have been a tough opportunity to put that one on frame.
Yeah, not many scoring opportunities for the City Islanders. They had a near chance on that one, but here the Hounds attacking back with this cross.
Another good opportunity from Kerr in the run of play. I thought he should have done better. You see, it was a really tough opportunity for Kevin Kerr and just couldn't quite get his body around the shot to put it on frame. But Washington, the right fullback for the Riverhounds, continues to impress. We saw an example of another good cross ball in. And that's probably one of the better opportunities for the Islanders as Carvano, the center back, tried to place that one on frame. And there again is the right fullback, Washington, involved in the play going forwards. And that ball shot wide by Herzog.
You can see Brandon Miller. He is a general back there for the Islanders.
Great defensive play there from the right fullback, Thomas, for the Islanders to clear the lines. And this was fantastic play. It was actually Abbas Mohammed. I think I gave credit to Alabihi in commentary, but it was actually Abbas Mohammed coming back from his midfield position to intercept that pass defensively. And that would have been a controversial penalty if it was given. But Thompson, the left midfielder for the Riverhounds, puts it on frame, challenges the goalkeeper, but a good quality save from Miller in the right place at the right time.
And there is Muhammad, who is shaken up. He did receive one of the 2 yellow cards served to the City Islanders in the first half.
And then a long, despairing shot from Rapapa. Probably the biggest talking point for the Islanders in the first half is the fact that Wheeler, their captain, had to go off injured about midway through that first half, Ari, with either a twisted ankle or a twisted knee, but he will not be returning to the action in the second half.
And the sun setting over Highmark Stadium as we look at the upcoming schedule for the Hounds. You see another home match against Toronto on the 3rd. A couple more opportunities to see your team here at home, Louisville, Orlando.
It's going to be the big match that really stands out is that one against Louisville, number 2 in the division at the moment. And it's a tough upcoming schedule, and lots of those teams are in the lower half of the division, but everybody trying to get into the top 8. But if you can get a good result against Louisville, they've already beaten Charlotte, maybe they can beat another top team in the division going forwards. Of course, that's 3 games away, and they've got 45 minutes to go, and their coach's staff is saying, hey, concentrate on what you have in front of you this evening and see if you can beat your rivals.
Yeah, no question. This is the Keystone Derby Cup. The Hounds looking for that first victory here at Highmark Stadium this season. Their lone win came down at first place Charleston. The Hounds currently sit in 11th place with 5 points. Harrisburg in that 8th spot at the moment, but so early here in the Eastern Conference. Harrisburg on a 3-game point streak. Now they have an 89.7% success rate in tackles, this City Islander team. As you can see them coming up big when they've needed it in front of Brandon Miller here in the first half.
Defensively, they play very well, getting into the areas that they needed to, condensing the passing lanes, although Kerr and Herzog both had their opportunities in that first half, as we saw from the highlight reel. But too often, all 11 players for the Islanders have been in their defensive half and haven't been able to, once they've got the ball under control, they haven't moved forwards as a team. And consequently, Wheeler was on an island by himself, and Rapapa was also, and they just haven't had that consistent possession going forwards that they need to be successful. We saw from the statistics that they controlled that area of the game, the possession stats in that first half, but most of those passes were made in their own half.
Yeah. Trying to control tempo, but that never really mounted a serious attack. As the Hounds will now be working in the direction that we've seen the train moving. So let's see if that helps their attack, although they certainly operated well with a number of serious attacks in on the box in the first half. And here they come to the perimeter. Headed out towards mid, and here's the Hounds. But there's Alabihi with those quick feet. Just underway here, second half. We are scoreless here in Pittsburgh. Balshin to the near side. There's a sliding tackle and move forward. Greenspan is there.
Good sliding clearance from the right fullback, Thomas, number 17 for the Islanders. Love the way he plays the game. Never say die attitude. Plays bigger than his stature does their right fullback.
Greenspan to Jack Thompson. Nice hit ahead here, trying to keep it in bounds, and there's denied, but a good job by Kevin Kerr to control it. Thompson has been one of those players that Coach Brand has been very pleased with his performance early on.
Uh-oh, the train's going in the other direction, all right.
That ball sent well wide. Brandon Miller. Mohamed Dabo, the midfielder, looking to position himself. Here's the kick by Miller. No surprise, a 6'6" Greenspan is there to head it. And there's Joe to take it away, but we do have a whistle and a foul.
Looks like the ball bounced up and hit Greenspan in the arm. Gains advantage because he controls the ball after the errant handball. But immediately on that attack, there were more white shirts around the ball in the attacking half there. So coaching staff for Harrisburg, Coach Boucher has had a word with his team, saying we've got to get up the park. You've got to support each other in the attack. Otherwise, it's just going to be a long old game. And immediately they've made that change. Barely 3 minutes into the second half.
They look like they're teeing it up for Manolo Sanchez, the midfielder from Philadelphia. Definitely a dangerous weapon for diving save to his left. Beautifully done by Trey Mitchell.
Fantastic save from the goalkeeper. Had to get quickly across to his left. And a strong hand to palm that one away.
And now a battle here. City Islanders seem much more intense and much more active, looking to attack already here early on second half, Matt.
Well, I think their hair will be a little bit drier after their halftime team talk. They had to make a much better effort in this second half, and immediately we've seen a lot more intensity from the Islanders, and that was by far their best effort in the attack of this game.
They try to connect out at midfield. Ropapa Mensah trying to establish position. There's Balshan with the throw in as they reverse directions to the far side. Jamal Jack leads it back up the field and unable to connect in the center of the field.
Yeah, good tracking defense there that time from Alabihi. Coming back and winning the ball.
Hollingsworth with a nice takeaway. There's Balshan chasing. Beautiful passing here by the Hounds. Can they advance it?
Had the right flank open. The ball was trying to be flicked through the middle channel. That wasn't there. If they could have found the right fullback, Washington on that far sideline, they'd have had a great opportunity in their attacking third.
Hollingsworth. Obinwa. And here's Jamal Jack.
Obinwa, he's a very active player, but he's a bit of a misnomer. You'd think we would be calling his name a little bit more. He's obviously a presence in the midfield because he's done a good job of making it very difficult for the Islanders to possess the ball, but just hasn't been a flamboyant flair that we've seen from him at the moment.
Yeah, he's on loan from the Columbus Crew. Talented player out of Orlando. Made his Hounds debut at Charleston back on the 8th of this month. And there is Washington. He has led the attack throughout this game.
Running a free kick there for the Riverhounds. See Ropapa there, number 25, just gave him a little hug and dragged Washington off balance as he was trying to advance up the field.
That ball will sail off the netting to keep it dry. That's a good look at Jamal Jack from Trinidad and Tobago. Leads the Hounds with 23 clearances. He played professionally in El Salvador last season. Jamal's first season here in the USL. Beautiful spin move, but then Hollingsworth is spun off of that ball. High point here is Solto. Far side. And just a shove down there. The flag comes in. Is sent to the turf was Corey Herzog. A yellow card is served. Hands in the air. Said, what did I do? Claims Abbas Muhammad.
And
he's been
second,
involved.
It's his second yellow card, and he's been sent off.
He's been involved in numerous altercations here tonight, and that one costly.
Well, it's the second yellow for a high elbow. The first one in the first half when he elbowed Washington in the face as he went in for a challenge. And now a second yellow card away from goal. Really no need for the rash challenge there.
The defender from Ghana will be sent off in the 53rd minute. Plenty of time to go, so this could be the advantage that the Hounds need.
Slams his left fist into the door as he heads to the locker room. He had a short walk. He was at that end of the pitch.
Good thing he hit the door, not the red brick.
And just, it's so innocuous. The ball's coming in. Here comes
no
Herzog, and the
need.
hand goes up to the face. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
and you see Herzog there. It's his second one. Referee's like, yeah, I got it. I know. I wrote his name down in the first half, and let me go to the top pocket, find my red card. No, sorry, it's in my back pocket. And out it comes.
Yeah, there's the corner headed, just looped up in the air, unable to clear precariously for the City Islanders. That bounded back in, but captured by Miller.
Oh, a big moment in this match. Such an influential player in the midfield area, Abbas Muhammad, and he's done a really good job other than those two real mental errors that he's had that's led to him being sent off for those two yellows. It'll be interesting now to see how the Islanders respond. They came out from the halftime talk with a lot of intensity and gumption going forwards. Let's see whether they're able to respond. Quite often something like that might fire the team up, but
we'll see.
If the confidence is fragile, it might have the opposite effect.
So Trey Mitchell with the goal kick into the offensive end and in the air. Sent back to Balshen. Deflected out to the Hounds.
Coach Betcher must be just beside himself, wondering what the Dickens his player was doing. I mean, it was so innocuous. Herzog was nowhere near the goal, not really under any duress. And
no. Not much of a threat presented to Muhammad.
When you see how nonchalant he was in chasing that ball down.
And sent down hard. Obinwa saying, did you see that?
You can see there. There's the sort of response we're going to get from the Islanders. Thomas there with his frustration. Right shoulder into the back of Obinwa.
There's a diminutive Dabo along with Kevin Kerr. James Thomas, second team All Big East back in 2012 for St. John's. Thomas with an assist this season, looking for number 2, and out of the air, grabbed, seized by Trey Mitchell.
Good goalkeeping there, out high in the air to the high point of the cross. Extending himself, good footwork from the goalkeeper, knowing that he was going to be challenged. And I didn't see who it was from the Islanders that just gave him a pat on the back. Nice sportsmanship there.
Salto. Thompson. Beautiful ball movement, but then chested and controlled by Mendoza. The creative Olabihi. And here to the perimeter on the race, Thomas. They reverse the ball and take it away. Beautifully done on the trail defensively by the Hounds. That was Hollingsworth, the midfielder out of Libertyville, Illinois.
It looked like Balshan, the left fullback for the Riverhounds, was concerned with which player he would go unmarked. It was Grosh, who's on the ball with the throw-in right now, was out wide. And he had a player coming in front of him. I think it was Thompson on the ball. He just didn't know who to pick up.
Substitute Stephen Okai comes into the game. The midfielder, 5'10", out of Ghana, has recorded 90 minutes and 2 tackles here this season. He appeared in 23 matches with the Hounds last year. Finished the campaign with a goal and 2 assists.
Well, Benoit going out. A straight swap in the midfield area, I believe, for the Riverhounds, to try and find a way to take advantage of the player numbers that they have, with the sending off of
Muhammad. Yeah. Fresh legs with Okai. And here come the City Islanders on the attack as the whistle comes in. Foul on the play, and down is Mendoza.
Well, it looks like Mendoza's been moved back to the left fullback position to take the place of Mohammed, as the coaching staff for the Islanders have had to move players around, and that's really the first time we've seen Mendoza with any head of steam going forwards. And the yellow card out for Washington, I think it was, for the Riverhounds, who went in with that sliding tackle.
Mendoza with 3 shots this season, 2 on target. First season with the City Islanders. He's played for Orlando City and Rochester in the USL. Skilled player out of Columbia. Into the box. And controlled by the Hounds.
Riverhounds were very fortunate that service wasn't better. They had players' advantage on the far post. Not well marked were those runners from the Islanders. And Balshan for sure, and I think it might have been Thompson, were not goal side of their players. And if the service had been better, I think that they would have been scrambling to get back on terms and thwart any attempt on goal that the Islanders might have had. But they're fortunate that the service from the free kick was not a good one.
Jack advancing. Hounds looking for an attack opportunity. Okai. Nice lead pass. Balshan trying to keep it in bounds and was unable to. Good hustle by Rich Balshan. All Big Ten back in 2010 with Indiana University. Now the former Hoosier is shaken up a bit. They have turned that ankle. Played for 2 teams in the MLS, Real Salt Lake and Columbus Crew.
You see him there, he's getting back on the pitch to slow things down because he's actually off of the field of play, which wouldn't stop the action. And the referee may have, the athletic trainers told him to go back. The referee told him to go back off of the pitch.
And hopefully for Rich, they're not holding that Achilles area.
Looks like a change is going to be made by.
That was a good look at Coach Dave Brandt out of Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Yeah, just came up hobbling all of a sudden, kind of a streak of pain surprised Balshan. Checking on him, there was James Thomas.
Well, initially I thought I looked at the look on his face, and it was he's surprised that the ball went out of bounds, or what?
Yeah.
Surprised that his ankle hurts him as well. It's certainly an unfortunate turn of events as you turn your ankle like that. And
Coach Brandt, his assistant coaches are Dan Visser, Andrew Scheck. The goalkeeping coach is Hunter Gilstrap for the Riverhounds. Papa, there's Alabi. One of the most accurate passers in the league. Alabihi.
Jamal Jack did really well with that header. That ball hung up in the air for an awful long time, allowing Islander players to come around him and put some pressure on him. There wasn't a lot of forward momentum of the ball for him to direct it out of bounds or clear it with any authority. And in the end, he did very nicely with the pass. Not so nicely on the challenge on Ropapa as he takes the shot high and wide.
Ropapa, he got behind that strong leg. It sailed harmlessly into the crowd, and the Hounds fans appreciate that. You see the fans, beautiful evening here at Highmark Stadium. Howell into the game. That is Kenroy Howell, 5'8", 155-pounder out of Manchester, Jamaica. He has 3 caps in 29 minutes here this season.
Looks like he's going to slot into the midfield area for the Riverhounds. I believe it's Jack Thompson who's playing outside left midfield for predominantly the first half, certainly, and had drifted more middle for the second half. Looks like he will fill in at left fullback at this moment in time for the Riverhounds.
Yeah, there's Jack, number 3. Victor Solto comes right back to Thompson. Played at Messiah College, Coach Brandt's alma mater, where Coach Brandt won 6 Division III national championships while coaching at Messiah College.
Keep coming to this left side, and they've had the right fullback open just about the whole last minute of this game. Jamal Jack, the center back, was indicating that Washington was open on the right flank, but the ball never got there.
James Thomas advances the ball near sideline, gets it back. On the attack, beautiful passing. Thomas approaching. Can he get the shot off? And it hits the post, I believe. But a whistle as Trey Mitchell applauding his team's effort.
A lovely run from the outside right back for the Islanders, getting deep into the attacking third, and he almost got too close to the goal. Lovely give and go off of the run from Rapapa, strong on the back of the net, and there were players open at the far post. I think that Thomas's eyes just got a little bit big.
Yeah, he had no angle there. It's cut off nicely by Mitchell. As you said, he got a little deep. You can see the flags coming up for Harrisburg as they have a corner kick. Their fans urging the City Islanders on to take the lead here. The header is scooped up and saved by Mitchell.
Deflected a little bit off of the shoulder of Greenspan as it went into the hands of the goalkeeper Mitchell. Go back to that shot there, Ari. I think it was Grosh who's lurking in and around the penalty spot. If Thomas could just have got his head up and got his balance a little bit and pulled that ball back. It was such a beautiful run from the right fullback.
There's a deep ball, long run just out of the reach of Taylor Washington. Well, you posed the question after Muhammad was sent off with the 2 yellows, Matt. How would the team react? Well, I think it's been very positive. They have kept the pressure on the undermanned City Islanders team here.
They certainly have, and taking the message from the coaching staff at halftime, which I believe would have been delivered from Coach Batcher, that they have to do a much better job in the second half, and even with the player advantage, or disadvantage I should say, they certainly have done that.
Pittsburgh, the Riverhounds really controlled that midfield in the first half, but City Islanders have been more efficient in that area here in the second stanza. And a Hound player shaken up, only in the back of his head. That collision in the air as Okai is slow to get up.
Challenge in the back of the head there from the Islanders. Number 8, Dabo.
There's Hollingsworth. Big weapon for the Hounds. He has 2 goals and an assist. Tied for second on the team in points with 5, Marshall Hollingsworth. Victor Solto. Here's Okai, the center of the field, pushes it back to midfield. They'll regroup. To the perimeter. Hollingsworth. Ropapa was there, but they give it back to the Riverhounds. Well, chip pass deflected away by Mendoza.
As the game progresses, the Riverhounds are going to get deeper and deeper into their attacking half as the Islanders get a little bit fatigued playing a player down. But what the runners have to do for the Riverhounds is find a way to get beyond the ball. Otherwise, all of the passes, all of the possession is going to be an illustration of what we've just witnessed there, of a lot of square balls, drop balls, and then a hit and hope pass, trying to find some space. You've got to have a run beyond the line of the ball to try and create something deep into your attacking third. Either that or get the ball out wide more quickly so you can isolate your outside mids, outside backs, one-on-one, and try and get across deep in your attacking third.
There's Kevin Kerr trying to get them situated, but sent down field and out of bounds. Hollingsworth quickly into Victor Solto. Okai moves to the perimeter. Darting down the far side into the corner. And booting it out of bounds.
That was better, I think, from the Riverhounds. I know that resulted in a goal kick to the Islanders, but is switching the point of attack quickly, challenging the outside players, getting deep into your attacking third. And the worst case scenario really is going to be giving up possession on a goal kick to the other team. And it's a style of play that I love. And it's not really the modern way these days, but certainly you have to have balance in your attack.
Greenspan breaks that cross attempt up, sent in by John Grosh.
You look at any sport, be it football, basketball. You know, football, you have to have a running game to open up your passing game. Basketball, if you can shoot the three-point shot, you can open up the lane for the slam dunk. In soccer, it's width and depth, and I always go with width first. Some coaches prefer depth, but I like to go with the width, try and spread the defense out wide, so then you can open up those passing lanes and get deep into your attacking third that way.
Here come the Hounds with Kerr. In the box, across, and just ahead of the run by Howell. Herzog was looking for his first assist of the season. He has 3 goals. There's Corey. Mendoza. Well, take a look at this opportunity here, Matt.
Well, space opened up on the flank, and whether Herzog was shooting or crossing there, but no matter, it goes out for a throw-in on the far sideline.
Then that given right back to the Hounds. Into the 71st minute, scoreless in the Keystone Derby Cup. Beautiful move by Hollingsworth. Into the box opportunity, and a shove ends up in the hands of Miller. Teams bickering back and forth. This rivalry, very competitive.
Fantastic use of the body there from the outside back, Thomas, to throw Kerr off balance. Completely legal in the box. You can use your shoulder, use your body weight, and Thomas did it fantastically well there.
Olabihi and Sanchez trying to get something started for the Harrisburg offense. This is Grosh. City Islanders Player sent down. Holding the shin. Getting kicked with John Grosh out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. He attended Drexel University.
Looks like Hal is going into the book for the referee. Not a good challenge there from Mr. Hal. And certainly if you're the Riverhounds, you do not want to give up any set pieces in your defensive half, because it gives the opportunity for the Islanders to have a chance on frame. It also slows the game down. It gives the Islanders a chance to rest. Surprised they went short with that, though.
Greenspan heads it to the far side. A terrific hustle there from Taylor Washington, who's been all over the field today. See the city lights in the background here at Highmark Stadium. Heinz Field off in the distance. Solto in nearing the 74th minute. Pittsburgh has not had the looks they had in the first half. A number of terrific scoring opportunities. Here's Hollingsworth.
You have to credit the Islanders. They play with so much more intensity in this second half than they did in the first half, getting further up the pitch and working together on the attack, which we didn't see with any consistency in the first half, Ari. And also I'd like to see at the moment from the Riverhounds is they've got to find a way to play with a little bit of a quicker rhythm. Slowing the ball down a little bit too much, and that allows the Islanders to get back defensively, have a little bit of a breather. If you're going to pass the ball horizontally across the pitch, do it quickly, and that way the other team is going to be, the Islanders are going to be shifting their defensive position quickly as well, and that takes the spring out of the steps.
They're man down, but have stayed extremely competitive. Really had played the Hounds evenly since losing Muhammad. There's Howell. Sent into the box, the header, and a goal! Corey Herzog. And the celebration begins for the Riverhounds.
Well, they moved the ball horizontally, and then they moved it vertically. The ball came in. It was a beautiful cross. There was only one yellow shirt there amongst the 4 defenders of the Islanders, and you need your star player to step up big in big moments, and that's exactly what Herzog did.
Corey Herzog with the score. That is his second header goal of the season.
You see the reaction on the replay didn't quite go show the ball coming in. There's the switch of the point of attack out to Kerr. Finally his right foot finds the target. It wasn't the goal this time, it was the head of Herzog. A beautifully flighted ball into the middle of the penalty area, right at the penalty spot. And Herzog is not going to miss from there. Beautiful run from him across the face of the defense. Got goal side, up highest, and then heads it into the back of the net. You see the goalkeeper, Miller, no chance to make a save. He didn't even move.
So the 4th goal of the season for Corey Herzog. The second header in the back of the net for Corey. The assist to Kevin Kerr, his second of the season.
Mackay there made the pass out wide to Kerr, who measured the cross fantastically well.
Okai was substituted in by Coach Brandt, certainly paying dividends for the Riverhounds. They've been in the middle of the action and started that score 1-0. Hounds here in the Keystone Derby Cup. That is only the 5th goal conceded by Brandon Miller this season. Now the City Islanders with their work cut out for them, down a goal here. Denied by Greenspan. Man short. Matt, what will it take for Harrisburg to be able to tie this up?
Well, it's going to need Mendoza and Thomas, the outside backs, to get forwards with the aplomb that they've done so in this second half. They have to throw caution to the wind and get up the flanks as much as they possibly can. Papa, who's come in instead of Wheeler, who went out injured in the first half, is impressed. If they can then find him to feet or perhaps into space, because I think he's got the speed to get behind this back line of the Riverhounds, perhaps they'll find a way. Importantly for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, they can't make any mental errors and give up cheap fouls in their defensive half, because any set pieces that they concede at this moment will give a great opportunity for Harrisburg to get back in the match.
We're in the 78th minute. The Riverhound Rowdies loving the lead here in the Keystone Derby Cup over their rivals Harrisburg. You see the row of fans far side here at the beautiful Highmark Stadium, right in front of the Monongahela River and the skyline of Pittsburgh.
Benbow has checked into the game for the Islanders. He's a forward. Not surprised that Grosh has gone out. Every time he was chasing the ball, his head would go down first, which is a sure sign of fatigue. As you drop your head to put in that maximum effort, which he never slacked on his effort. The body was fatiguing on him.
So Cardell Benbow, 5'4" forward of Jamaica, part of the Jamaican national team. He has a goal this season in his third season here with Harrisburg. So Coach Betcher trying to find a spark. Goes to Cardell Benbow. And here he is, Benbow, fresh legs, the shot, and that's well wide. No, Benbow already using his speed to get an attempt off. Trey Mitchell has been very composed and in control of the goal here this evening.
Well, he's come up with a really big save off of the free kick that went in at the left-hand post. He had to get across quickly and make the save with his left hand. Beautifully done. And then off of the run from the outside right back, Thomas. It wasn't a spectacular save, but he had to be strong at the near post to get that shot off as well. So he's done what has been asked of him as Mitchell so far tonight.
He's got a 1.25 goals against average. Made his Hounds debut versus Cincinnati back on the 1st of the month. He picked up that victory, his first in a Riverhound uniform at Charleston. The number 1 team in the league. That was a 2-1 Hound victory back on the 8th. And the Hounds hoping for win number 2 here this evening. And the first victory of the season at home.
As this game progresses, and we're in the 80th minute now, the injury to Wheeler is going to be huge as far as the Islanders are concerned, as far as the season goes. Hopefully it's not too serious. But within the realms of this match, the fact that he had to be changed in the first half with the red card and fatigue setting in for the Islanders, that really affects some of the decisions that the coaching staff have been able to make. And essentially they've only had 2 substitutions that they could use in this second half tactically because of the injury to Wheeler.
Short-handed Coach Betcher and the City Islanders. They are 2-1-1 on the season. Currently in 8th place in the Eastern Conference. Riverhounds hoping to improve to 2-3 and move up in the standings, currently residing in 11th. Benbow. Thomas. They send it to the middle of the field, now far side.
Looking down at Thomas, he's telling Benbow, get further up the pitch.
Nice slide to keep it in play. Roll Papa Mensah. Long lead pass, but that speed of Taylor Washington able to capture for the Hounds.
Did a great job getting goal side there.
Well, Taylor's been terrific here tonight.
And going both ways as well, defensively and on the offense. He's been up and down the park on that right flank for the Riverhounds.
1-0 Pittsburgh. Second half goal for the Riverhounds. They are a man up. Nice interception by Mendoza. In the air, collision Jack. Along with Ropapa, two terrific athletes. Ropapa took it in the small of the back. Trying to shake it off is Mensah.
He's going to have to, because there's nobody else that can come in for him, because all the subs have been used now for the Islanders. Interestingly, number 3 for the Riverhounds, Jack Thompson, I thought he was going to be playing at the outside back position, left back position. It seems like he's drifted more to a midfield role for the Riverhounds, and I see Hollingsworth in the left back position at the moment. I thought the Islanders had used all their subs, so my mistake.
Yep, they'll send in another one here. So Coach Betcher will send in Mike Ola, 5'10" forward out of Bloomfield, New Jersey. He played at Montclair State University. The race is on.
Good call by the center official there. There's a foul at the halfway line, and referee waited to see whether advantage would fall to the Riverhounds. It was Soto that was injured as he played the ball, or not injured, sorry, fouled as the ball was played forward by him. Referee allowed to see if the advantage would fall to the Riverhounds. It did not. So he calls play back and a free kick to the Riverhounds. You see here, Soto goes to ground. So Kerr trying to chase the ball down. Good recovery by the center back Carvano.
Lofted towards the box and cleared away. Hollingsworth. Nice playback by Herzog. And here's Kerr being ridden off that one. Well played there by James Thomas.
Hollingsworth with the foul. As the last 5 minutes of the match, very important for the Riverhounds not to make those mental errors, especially in their defensive half, giving up set piece opportunities.
There's the cross. Greenspan is there, such a reliable anchor of this defense. Joe Greenspan came in with 19 clearances, 13 interceptions in 3 games. He was received on loan from Minnesota United FC. Hollingsworth trying to bust out of the pack. Gains possession for the Hounds.
Carvano there, the captain, making the tackle, stopping the counterattack.
Sent over his head, nicely done by Ola.
Great job by Rapapo there, backing into Greenspan. The tall centre back for the Riverhounds, getting over the top of Rapapa and conceding the foul. And these are those dangerous moments. Always is in a soccer game, is these set pieces. When you've got the disadvantage, if you can serve it in good.
Mendoza serves it up perfectly and deflected out of there precariously for the Hounds as that ball was set free just in front of the goal. And Trey Mitchell.
You see right there, I mean, it's a dangerous opportunity. Mendoza looked like he was shaping for a long throw too. Chooses to go short.
Lofted beautifully far side. Ola. And trying to stay in bounds, but
good defensive work there on the outside by the Riverhounds not to concede another set piece on the corner kick. Trey Mitchell will take his time getting this ball back into play. Well, he sets up for his goal kicks. He always reminds me of a rugby player trying to take a conversion. He sets up sideways, measures where he's going to put it, goes for his little pre-shot routine, and then thumps it forwards.
There should be about 4 minutes of added time. In the air. City Islanders trying to mount an attack here. Unable to connect with Ola.
Well, the Islanders have played so much better in the second 45 minutes than they did in the first half, Ari. It's a shame that they lost Mohammed to the two yellows.
Ola sends it in the box. And Greenspan battling as he muscles with the 5'4" forward Benbow. And Cardell will try to bend it like Benbow here. The corner. Into the box, the header in the air.
The referee blew the whistle for a foul. It seemed like it was in the far post area. I didn't see the contact. My attention went to, I think it was Rapapa who went up for the initial header off of the corner kick, and he went to ground.
Trey Mitchell, another goal kick. We approach the 90-minute mark. Four minutes have been added. On the run, Greenspan with Ropapa converging on him, and that's definitely a threat when Mensah is behind you.
I think Greenspan would have liked his goalkeeper to come out and claim that a little bit earlier than he did.
Yeah, Greenspan was sealing and waiting. The battle at midfield.
There will be a minimum of 4 minutes stoppage time at
Jack Thompson.
A minimum of 4 minutes stoppage time at the end of the second half.
So a minimum of 4 minutes stoppage time will be added. So we'll go +4. Ropapa. Beautiful feed far side, and the battle is on. Trying to hop out of the way of that ball as it corrals out of bounds. Taylor Washington doing more effective work.
Good battle there between Washington and Ola. Washington did very well not to concede a corner kick. I said it a couple of times, Rapapa has really impressed me tonight since he's come on to the game. Shown that he can play with his back to goal as well as going at pace behind the back line of the Riverhounds. Hasn't been able to really exploit that area very much.
Yeah, he's a powerful player. Coach Betcher bringing him off the bench, replacing the injured Aaron Wheeler. So the flags are waving in the stands here at Highmark Stadium. They've got a couple more minutes to kill, and the Riverhounds will win their second game of the season. Crowd anticipating this victory here in match number 1 of the Keystone Derby Cup. They'll play 3 matches this season. The inaugural season in 2015, they played 4 times, 3 times last season. The Hounds winning the Cup in 2015, and the City Islanders taking it last season.
But it was an opportunity there for Kerr to loft it back into the box and find Herzog again, but trying to find a way to take it to the corner to kill some seconds. Ends up giving possession away cheaply.
Well done to keep it in bounds by Kevin Kerr. Beautiful lead pass for Howell. Howell's been productive since coming in the second stanza. Corey Herzog with the lone goal of the game, assisted by his partner Kevin Kerr. And there they are, Herzog and Kerr. Had a couple of good opportunities in the first half, and they capitalize here in the second to give the Hounds the 1-0 lead, which looks to be enough here tonight. City Islanders still working. Here's Thomas. Hollingsworth denies towards the box. About 30 seconds remain here.
Herzog can't believe that he was caught offside. He thought he'd got back to the halfway line. He didn't quite. I think that was the right decision. Goalkeeper's up. I always wonder why the goalkeeper doesn't take these set pieces. Well, goalkeeper's going forwards. Miller's going into the penalty box. See if he can add his height to the attack as Mendoza stands over the free kick.
Mendoza with a free kick. Brandon Miller near the box, as he will try to tie it.
Mendoza puts the ball over the halfway line. If that's the case, then Herzog would have been onside and there wouldn't have been a free kick.
Meanwhile, time ticking away, though, on Harrisburg.
Well, referee, I mean, he can just blow the final whistle if Mendoza's going to waste time over a yard.
And beautifully done, sent in. Miller almost had an opportunity, of course. It was Greenspan and Taylor Washington to clear that ball.
Well, Miller's not happy, but the final whistle has gone by the looks of it, as the fans celebrate.
Yeah, that's awesome. The players coming in here to shake hands with their terrific fans. As you see Aaron Wheeler hobbling off. Hopefully he'll be okay for Harrisburg moving forward, but Pittsburgh takes it 1-0 over Harrisburg here in match number 1 of the Keystone Derby Cup. As Herzog with the lone goal, and he is being congratulated by some of the Riverhound rowdies. They were fantastic here tonight as they kept up the noise and enthusiasm throughout.
It was a good win. I think the Riverhounds will be very satisfied with their evening's work, getting the all-important score and also keeping the clean sheet. It's always a matter of pride. And of course, when you're only leading by 1-0, you've got to do that to win the match. And that man there, number 30, Mitchell, the goalkeeper, had to make 2 really big saves in the second half. One off of a free kick to keep that clean sheet tonight for the Riverhounds.
And you were looking at Joe Greenspan before. We got to look at the winning goalie, Trey Mitchell. Greenspan had a lot to do with that. The 6'6" defender came up big, and there's Joe, number 29, with some high fives all around. A proud Riverhound team and fan base. Man, what a terrific atmosphere it is out here, Matt.
Oh, it's tremendous. It's all across the league. It's a tremendous atmosphere. The fans love the players, love the game of soccer, and very knowledgeable. And and love to support their teams, and you see that right there. It's a great example of that, and the players appreciate it as well, going for the high fives.
So the Riverhounds, 1-0, they win it, and there is the lone goal and the winning goal of the game here tonight at Highmark Stadium.
Can you hear me? Yeah. How many times have you done it before? You good? Yeah. Okay. You got 50 seconds. Yep, just stay here for a little bit. Hold for that. Yeah.
Call 412 Doctors for an appointment with a sports medicine specialist at Allegheny Health Network.
Through the years, you've done right by investing in your home. And now, you can use that equity to borrow money for the things you need. With a low 1.99% APR and no fees, you can apply for a home equity loan online and use or finance college. At Clearview, we can help you find ways to use the equity in your home for more important things. Let us help. Visit us online for more information. Clearview Federal Credit Union, the next generation of personal banking.
Stay low, stay low. Change of speed, explode, explode. Trust it. Very nice, very nice.
Call 412 Doctors for an appointment with an orthopedic specialist at Allegheny Health Network.
The Riverhound Rowdies, they are very pleased with their team's performance. First win here at Highmark Stadium of the 2017 season for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Second victory of the season as we take a look at the stats in this one.
Well, unsurprisingly, the possession of the game flipped from the first half to the second half and favors the Riverhounds 55 to 45%. And, of course, the all-important one, the goal that was scored by Corey Herzog. Shots, interestingly, are fairly even. Shots on target, certainly even. And then you look at the bottom right-hand column, and that double yellow card on Abbas Mohammed, number 18, for the Islanders, resulted in him being sent off. And that was probably a bit of a difference in this game as the Islanders became fatigued as the match wore on. Didn't stop their effort, though, in the second half.
Yeah, they had a terrific beginning to that second stanza. It really turned the momentum to their side before that Mohammed second yellow card. So definitely advantage for the Hounds. And we'll take a look at some of the highlights here tonight with the Riverhounds picking up the victory. And we'll get to those highlights in a moment. It was Corey Herzog with the big goal, Kevin Kerr the assist, and terrific defense all night long. That was something that Coach Brandt wanted to shore up, that defensive side, and certainly his team came up big on the defensive end tonight, Matt.
They did a very good job, and obviously Wheeler from the Islanders going off hurt in the first half. That changes the defensive game plan a little bit. Again, Ropapa, number 25, who came on for the Islanders, really impressed me this evening. Showed that he can play with his back to goal, but also the Riverhound back line had to make sure that they didn't allow him to get behind them as well. And they did a very good job of keeping him in front. There's a couple of dangerous attacks that I remember from the second half. And you look at Thomas, the outside back, getting forwards. And as we go to the highlights, and this is the moment right here, so innocuous. There's the goal scorer, Herzog, coming in. And there was absolutely no need there from Mohammed to throw the arm up into the face of Herzog. And that was his second yellow card for the same offense, because in the first half, he'd thrown an elbow into the face of Hollingsworth, the outside midfielder for the Riverhounds. And there's the second yellow. The red card comes out of the back pocket. And the player for the Islanders has to go to the locker room. And it was such a shame.
That's an easy call.
I mean, he had played so well. He's very good on the ball, a very competent player, tremendous asset to the Islanders team until he does things like that. And that's something the young man has to fix in his game. You can't make those silly decisions because it costs your team.
Corey Herzog shaking his head, said, yeah, we'll take that. Silly mistake committed by the Islanders.
And then in the end, it was, you got to move the ball horizontally and vertically. And in that situation that led to the goal, that's exactly what the Riverhounds did. They moved it from the left side to the right side. Nice ball out by Okai, finds Kerr. The service was delicious. And you can see the disappointment on the face of the outside back, Thomas, number 17 for the Islanders. Again, another good player for the Islanders. He just couldn't get goal side and stop the star Herzog from putting it in the back of the net.
And autographs, just all part of the fun here at Highmark Stadium. Come on out. This is a beautiful atmosphere, exciting soccer, and youth soccer leagues from all over the area enjoying USL action here at Highmark Stadium. The Riverhounds win their second game of the season, 1-0 over the Harrisburg City Islanders.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.